I've just picked the best 3-watch collection currently you can buy from Hamilton. Think you can beat me? Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. Today is all about a little known brand called Hamilton. Yeah, I love a good Hamilton watch. Even in 2024, when they started to really push those prices up, I am yet to review a watch of theirs where I haven't been impressed with the build quality. But we do all need to realise that in today's market, you can't buy a khaki field mechanical for £395 anymore. More like 600. Anyway, I love a good Hamilton, and with a big thanks to Francis & Gay Jewelers, I'm going to show you my favourite 3-watch collection using the watches on their website. Now, I have been promoting Francis & Gay to you for God knows how long now, but today marks a special occasion because you guys are going to get something special. I'm going to save it for the end of the show, but make sure you stick around for that. Now, the best way to do a 3-watch collection for me is using the land, air and sea strategy. I want a field type everyday watch, I want a sports, a diver watch, and a slightly fancier weekend watch that could potentially do all jobs. So sit down, relax, take a look at my 3 choices, and at the end of the show, using the land, air and sea strategy, give me your 3 hammies. Are you hammy ready? Let's go. Okay, so number 1 is my land choice. Now, I've got to be honest, I was very tempted to choose the Khaki Field Expedition I reviewed a few months ago, a fantastic military-inspired field watch with a twisty compass bezel. However, I wanted to revisit another watch, and even though I can't see myself ever owning, I still can't stop thinking about it. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the Khaki Murph 38mm. Born out of one of my favourite films, Interstellar, that amazingly came out 10 years ago now. Hamilton watches were heavily used in this film, and a 42mm version of this thing pretty much was what the whole film was about. Hamilton released this Murph.
Most of us couldn't wear the damn thing.
Anyway, Hamilton came to their senses 2 or 3 years on, and they brought out this 38mm beauty. Now, when I reviewed this, I think almost a year ago now, my conclusion was I loved it, but it was just a bit too dressy for me in my everyday life. However, I love the sporty case. The oversized crown was fantastic and reminded me of the field mechanical. And even though I love the handset, that's what pushed it in the dress category, you know? That and obviously the leather strap. Now, even though this watch was a brand new reference for the film, it just oozes Hamilton history, doesn't it? And it's definitely one of my favorite watch dials with every numeral printed on it. And even the detail of the stitching that's on the strap matches the color of the indices and handset as well. The dial is protected by a sapphire glass as well as the sapphire exhibition caseback. Showing off its automatic movement is Hamilton's H10, has an 80-hour power reserve, 21,600 beats per hour. Not the refined sweep I'm always after, but for service intervals and longevity in the movement, it's a pair of safe hands. Now, this watch is about £865, which, to be fair, when I reviewed this over a year ago, that was pretty much the same price. And if I was to own this watch, I would definitely get it on some sort of khaki olive NATO. But for my second time handling it, I really like it. And with 100 meters of water resistance, you know, this is a watch you can wear every day. Next up, my sea choice. And I think this is the first ever Hamilton diver that has ever been on the show. And ladies and gentlemen, I give you the Navy Frogman. What a distinctive look this one has. Now, the Frogman for Hamilton goes right back to the 40s when the watch was issued to the US Navy. Back then, to protect its water resistance, it used a canteen style crown guard that you screwed over top of it. With this modern reference, you get another what I probably would call an over-engineered crown guard. It's very cool though, and between me and you, I didn't really know how to use it when I first got it. It's definitely an unusual shape and reminds me of a mini Pro Prof from Omega. I like the touch on the left-hand side of the case with the Hamilton logo. We've got a 60-click unidirectional bezel. I believe it's got an aluminium or a stainless steel insert. I always prefer a grip to be either brushed or matte for that ultimate grip, but it is a very good bezel. 60-click, have a listen. Ooh. Ha. Pretty satisfying, not a back play in sight, and with a screw down case back, this watch is 300 meters water resistant, came with a green sort of khaki rubber strap that has those crimps to it, proper scuba style. It's very well made, feels like silicone, love the texture on the inside of that strap. Also the buckle is very unique, I haven't seen that on a Hamilton before. Now with this iteration of the Frogman, Hamilton chose to take the date away. Yes! And the symmetry is phenomenal. Orientation with this watch is very simple as well, with the only difference in the markers comes at 12 o'clock. Do like the applied markers all around the dial. It's just a very simple, neat looking watch. Hamilton know how to do dials, don't they? I do like the unique handset. The loom is on the right end of the seconds hand, yes. By the way, I'll show the loom to all three watches at the end of the show. Something to look forward to. But the finishing to the whole watch is very good. I mean really good. Now to operate this crown, well, you just have to do what you normally do to an unscrewed crown. And the crown guard pops out with the crown. Set the time, push the crown guard in, which pushes the crown in, and then push and screw down the crown. And that's pretty cool. Actually very simple to use. Again, when it comes to grip, I would have loved it if the crown was a matte finish or a bead blasted finish. But yeah, for me, I am a huge fan of the Frogman. At £1,145, this is the most expensive watch of the three. However, the amount of textures, the amount of engineering that's gone into this case, yes, I think it warrants the price.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Last one of the three, and it's an Interstellar Sandwich. Now, I had this watch back in 2017. However, I sold it for reasons you'll see in a minute, but I have not stopped loving it. And we are talking about the khaki Aviation Pilot. Yes, the watch that the star of Interstellar, Matthew McConaughey, wore in the Christopher Nolan film. Again, this watch was made for the film, and it's an aviation Flieger style look, isn't it? And usually what comes with Fliegers is all dial, very little bezel, and having it in your hands, wow, this is a beautiful watch. It has actually been about, I don't know, 6-7 years since I had mine, and wow, that dial. I was always mesmerized by those outer applied indices that shine at different times in the light. Sometimes this watch can look subdued, other times it can look bright right out in your face. The case has beautiful big chamfers. I always thought that the bracelet was pretty darn solid. We do have pins that keep these links together, 3 micro adjusts. The crown isn't screwed down on this watch, but we do have a 4 screwed down case back with an exhibition showing off the H40. It's a different movement to the other two, which have an H10 inside. This is because we have a day and date complication. All watches, including this one, are protected by a sapphire glass, and this is not just flat sapphire. This has a beautiful bulge to it. I don't even know, is that a word so I can describe it? Bulbous bulge. The winding of a Hamilton is always really nice. Same beats per hour, same power reserve of 80 hours as well. On my 6.5-inch wrist though, that 42mm dial, which is pretty much almost what it is, it does look a little bit like a plate on me. However, for me, this is probably one of the best watches you can buy for under £1,000, 990 to be exact. And I think this is a perfect watch to round off the three. What do you reckon? So there we go, my Hamilton 3 watch collection, land, air and sea. I think I've got a bit of everything there, haven't I? I've got dressy, I've got sporty, I've got weekendy. All these watches are very reliable. The only thing you don't get with Hamilton around or under £1,000 is a 4 Hz movement. Hamilton would rather you have more power reserve than a smoother sweep of the seconds hand, which is fair enough, but something they could improve on today is the loom. Hamilton have never been very good at loom. Now with the field watch and the pilot's watch, you can sort of forgive it, can't you? But I definitely would like to see more loom in that Frogman. Just my opinion. I think these 3 watches really show off Hamilton as a brand in 2024, but they are able to create icons that can last for a long, long time. And this is due to them taking very big inspiration from the old days and being very clever on how they manipulate and merge modern days to old days. So here's my wife's thoughts on all 3 beautiful hammies. First of all, the Murph. The Murph? Murph. Hate the strap. The dial is a bit weird. The hands look like it's from a bee's wing. And now the Frogman. Don't really like this. Reminds me of a set of weighing scales. And now the Aviation Cooper. Yeah, I got this for you, didn't I? Ooh, she remembers. Yes, it looks like a dinner plate, but you said you wanted it. Giving me speedometer vibes. Once again, superbly insightful from the wife. Remember, she hates watches, so it's always great to get her opinion on them, isn't it? Right, now as I said at the start of the show, today marks a huge landmark for the channel and Francis & Gay Jewelers. Because from today, you guys get a special code. And at checkout at Francis & Gay website, if you type in this code, MWC20, you get a very good special offer. That's all I can say. But not only do you get a special offer on this one, and this one, you're gonna get that special offer on all Hamiltons on their website. Now for legal obligations, I'm not obliged to tell you what the special offer is. Let's just say that you'll want to thank me later. Now this code is only gonna work for 30 days. That's right, just 1 month. However, this marks the start of getting some amazing value watches at Francis & Gay Jewelers through the MWC. This is a code between me and you. I'd keep it to yourself, to be fair. So my advice, if you are interested in a Hamilton watch right now, you've got 30 days to get yourself an unprecedented special offer. One more thing, this offer only works on non-discounted watches. But please go on the website and go nuts.
Christmas is coming early!
Thank you so much for watching till the end of the show. If you want a bit more than Mad Watch Collector, click there and join. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, why don't you take a look at this one? This is, wow, I mean, just wow, isn't it, eh? Go on. I haven't got all day. I literally haven't, I need a wee, but go on. Go on, click it. Click it. Click it. Too late, I need a wee.